ago, there was a unanimity of opinion by all the reformers present that organized playgrounds were indispensable in the education of children, and it was resolved to make a representation to the council and to ask it to introduce uniformity in this matter throughout the country. This resolution was singularly unfortunate as it was the cause of friction between these individuals and the council. Regular subscribers to the institution showed arrogance at the irregular practices, and many informed the board that they would withdraw their support if such irresponsible actions were allowed, contrary to all the teachings of the past. We fear that no disinterested person was the informer in this matter, and probably he represented the circumstances to be more serious than they really are. The resignation of the secretary, however, will be demanded as his attitude amounts to insubordination, and this will cause the regret of all, no matter what their sensibility may be. The agenda of the next board meeting will be far from uninteresting, and an apparently irrecoverable position may be turned to the advantage of the institution. In this age, when we hear such unsympathetic remarks about the decadence of sport, it is very satisfactory to find so many Englishmen taking a fairly sympathetic interest in the university boat race, the premier English sporting event, and it is questionable whether any other event in the past times of the world touches so universally the great heart of the public in England and abroad. All cases of society take a very keen interest in the race before the day of the event, and it is this universality that unquestionably shows that the race is associated with nothing objectionable. The same cannot be said of some other forms of sport which contain the minimum of sport really, but the maximum of elements which are undesirable, and investigation would frequently prove the utter falsification of the meaning of the word sport. If the newspaper is an index of public interest, then surely all must acknowledge that the training of the two crews is a matter of interest to Englishmen throughout the universe. At this time, men discuss with knowledge the merits or demerits of various forms of diet, and with an intelligence which all intelligent people should accept as an acknowledgement of the extreme interest taken in the various doctrines advocated by food reformers. Para. One who arbitrates is called an arbitrator, and there is a growing tendency to submit all disputes to arbitration by a third party. Such decision would frequently save the disputants from being arbitrary and harsh towards one another whereinsoever amends may be made. It is thought by some that a universal language would foster the spirit of arbitration throughout the universe. But as yet, the attempts made to formulate such a method of intercommunication have not been very satisfactory. There can be no doubt that telegraphic communications by telegram and wireless work for the cause of peace. The investigation by the parliamentary committee was universally acknowledged to be justified, and although the falsification of the reports was established, there were many unsympathetic remarks reflecting adversely on the supposed failings of members of the legislature by influential and uninfluential newspapers. All Englishmen, however, should be proud of the legislative bodies of England and should be sympathetic towards all endeavours to effect any intelligent progressive reforms. Stop.